Hi, welcome to Corey Can Do, where we're making a cool robot mask from Tetra-paks. To make this mask, you're going to need to have these materials: a hole puncher, a permanent marker, scissors, a stapler, some tape, and a hot glue gun. This is a Tetra-pak. We have lots of them in the home and they need recycling. And here we have a cereal box that we're going to use to make our base mask. And don't forget some elastic to tie it all onto your face. Here we go. First, we take our cereal packet and we cut it open. Then we're going to want to draw an oval on one side, and this is the base. Once you've got that ready, it's time to cut it out. Once you've cut it out, draw a couple of lines to mark where you'd like your eye holes to be. This helps me as a guide to fold the paper over and be able to get some good symmetrical eye holes cut. Then I'm going to prepare my Tetra-paks. So open them up and get them nice and flat. Make sure you wash them before you use them, otherwise they can be a little bit grubby inside. I like to dry mine off to make sure that they're in perfect condition. So once you've got them ready, this is the fun part. You put your base mask over the top and trace it round. And get this part cut out too. Next, I use whatever material's left over to cut out some interesting shapes that I'm going to glue over the top of this base. Here, I'm just recycling whatever's left of the material. Some nice funky geometric shapes, and they kind of match, because next I'm going to show you how you can put it together to make the mask. Now you've got all these separate elements. You can combine them however you'd like. This is where you can get really creative and make something incredibly unique each time you go to make your mask. And now, once you've got it laid out, you're gonna use your hot glue gun to get them glued into place. Here I show you with a cardboard mask how you can experiment with the different shapes you make and make several different masks, all from the same shapes. Okay, get your hot glue gun ready and glue. You have to be pretty generous with the hot glue because the Tetra-pak material is a little bit resistant to getting glued down, so it's important that you use enough of this to get it stuck in place. Alternatively, if you don't have a glue gun, you can use a stapler and it will hold your pieces in place with no problem. And actually, it could become quite a cool feature in your mask. If you feel like it's missing anything, feel free to add some extra bits. That's what's great about working with a recycled material, is that it never runs out. I'm sure you have plenty of these knocking around that you can reuse. Now I'm also going to add a little nose because I think that'll look really cool. Again, I fold the material in half so that it's nice and symmetrical, and then I experiment with cutting out different angles until I get the shape of the nose that I like. And here you want to use some hot glue in abundance and hold it in place as it glues down. Once your glue's all set, I use my permanent marker to go around the edges and just highlight all the different shapes, and this helps to bring your mask together. And if you've got any little areas where there's folds or grooves that are part of the Tetra-pak, you can use that and add more detail to your mask. I think I was channeling some Doom, Dr. Doom, when I was making this. And just to show that it's a material that looks kind of metallic, I'm also going to add these extra little bits of rivets and marks, because I think it'll help the mask look really funky. And just in case you hadn't noticed, I've gone and put a good piece of newspaper underneath my mask while I'm doing this so that I don't mark up my table with permanent black marker. Now I've hole punched some holes into the sides of the mask and I'm tying some elastic on there. And I've also gone and put a little bit of masking tape on the back of the mask just to reinforce the areas where I've glued. Time to try it on. What do you think? Now you've got a cool robot mask too.